Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates. Inside Story Uganda.
Nomukuna Tamale Mirundi era nga ensonga bada kitemetemera bulungi nga wekitambula mu ggwanga. Kuba tukyali ku nsonga y'okuba nti nno.
Kyenkuwulira kiri bwekiti. Nti kati naabo balekikyalaze bemakirira abasoma political science tebatuyambe. Bascholars ba Uganda tebakuyamba. Nti kani a university don't go on a strike. Universities depend on patents. What do you develop to be marketed? Mumina magezi genzi. Ababu nawuli ati political science bajichawo
ba ebe
abakerere
yavaawo
bonondebesa ayogerera gundi nti era bati atene bakolawo kwanza they cannot go to Kwanza. I want a lecturer who Kwanza in a PhD in political science uli okontwale.
Okay,
yes kakati failure bano bakitelegency nti bwebe opportunistic ngeyagala milimo raising issues. This parliament, does it represent the aspirations of the people of Uganda? If we say that it is the People's Legislative Assembly, people's representative, who are they representing? Yes. What was the intention of the framers? The intention of the framers did not want a vacuum. And it happened at one time. President Museveni reconvened the parliament to pass a law, a guiding about traditional leaders. Kubaka baka area politics nga mu campaign. Nibajiita yo. Kakati it should be only called on emergencies.
Okay.
A parliament that has lost 2/3 majority. Ngabantu bajibuye.
Chokesazo yekyatese
munyi ayange nyamba nyi nze mbagamba nti am a man with disabilities. Yes, I'm an alloga, very extremely alloga. I'm a lot geteka mu bwetesi egume liri ni to when you are humiliated blood surges nanzo kutondiko kuluma amanyi ebukawo
obumaze okukyajinga
nizo kubanga I control it. Okuja ku muntu we respect no list yo demwe na president wali blood surges automatically
kale a disability.
I'm a person with a disability amologant neche embuza kagati ngandi minister bampangudde mu kalulu mulimu gwe balonze the president nampo kwa minister nze nsobola okukola kuba ababane bayinza okuwaganira. You are speaking as who? The representative of the constituency is here. Ngalichima yoshi.
Sikala minister yo. Wena sikala mwa minister bo.
Wali do jagenda. Wali yo. How can you tell me that having been a manager, I worked for the president as a spokesperson of the president, writing memos to him directly. How can I be a minister?
Ngali wali wetukira direct
tasobola kufuka paratoni command
tekisoboka
ekiri mu Israel the former prime minister becomes a minister because they have little resources bala bali mu maji bali mu development kakati de nkubuza ngambera advisor ngampandike ebbaluwa His Excellency the President of Uganda through Minister for Presidency me who used to write directly to the president and swear him. I go home. Nakula mangu. Kati awongera mu bintu byange. In fact, I'm looking if why I brought all of these books. I'm looking for an international donor. Or domestic donor. As long as it does not put strings. No, he's a man who has money. I want to reproduce all of these books.
Okay.
Yeah. Kubango no BWIINO namuba bolira 2017. Nemuba bolira. Message namuba bolira. Okay. In fact, ambavoli BWIINO wabatusiza kankusomere wano katono nnyo nkugamba besi yabatusawo kana katabona kawandika 2011
yeah The making of Kizza Besigye.
May
2011. Yes.
Nabagamba ki Bobi Wine wabatuusira. Nabagamba tukita the sinking boat theory. Emmeri bwebebbira mugirabira ku mmesi. Kati emmesi zifulootinga waggulu.
Ng'omanya
kapiteeni amanya nti emmeri.
Okay.
Balabira ku mmesi. Omulwadde ffe ekijja omulwadde ku buliri kasikonda. Akasikonda okamanyi?
Nkamanyi.
Ate abanyankole bo bakayita mu ngeri ndala.
Ako kaleke.
Bagamba mboyina abaana.
Ako kaleke. Ako tukaleke.
Kakati nkugamba the sinking boat theory means of government creates a situation that the government is falling. In this way, those who fear truth, either they join the opponents of government or collaborate with them clandestinely. And people fear to defend the government. This is the situation.
Buchiri.
Kasita Bobi Wine creating the situation, it is the next president. This is why security smuggles, security secularists to
Bobi Wine.
This is why you create unnecessary arguments. I was asking telling my children, if my wife, singa mukazi wange bamubako olugoye gomesi nenjisanga ne mukaneiba ne mugamba nti gwe mukazi gwe gomesi olugoye yajise mukaneiba
ogamba wajazi sori
namukwata namutwala ku poliisi abasiifu kubanga abakubanga yagimwazise
teyandikutuse ku poliisi bwe kiri
kakati kyegamba kiri kimu if Bobi Wine was given to him by government to buy him off, then there wouldn't be trouble in Uganda Revenue Authority.
Ne ayigite yandivuddeyo mwali yangachi
mitwe jangege ekyokubiri Bobi Wine can claim like any other person nti emotoka yange bulletproof. Who confirms? It's not a car is not an underpant. You have to address Bobi Wine. It's a moving object. You impound it, call experts to determine whether it's armored or not. Mitwe jangege. Titafe yatubuliyanga 10 logic.
Fede tujirideko bigegete ate tukyazira.
Kubanga omusajja ono ayinza okulimba abantu be. Nti emotoka yaaki.
Eri Ahmad.
I was explaining it to my children. Nembaga nina Mercedes Benz. Yo muzee wava muno ejinzijira London. Bweba teri ku chorus. Speed meter tebala. No.
Ngitambulira ku ttaka.
Tebala. Teyina okujjako okumuvinga teyina kintu.
Naye ngebe muvinga.
Naye ogenda ku chorus netandika kitegeeza yemanyiki.
Chorus.
Kakati Bobi Wine yayinza okubanga new technology. Because kicheche egundi a bulletproof vest esase eri kuyitamu naye akasale kakuyitamu
esase eriyitamu akasale kayitamu
kandi njagala mumbulire why should abaganda bagamba why should we waste time quarreling over whether the slaughtered cow has a fetus or not?
Oba terina ate nga bali mu kugibaaga
ate nga bagibaaga. The man is not claiming that he has an electronic underpart that would scare women.
Mukuru Tamale nga tuva ku nsonga
Africans are terrible. Anko gamba nti kasoma omusajja abatuusa mu ekyo nga tewakyali ayogera wakyali bekituufu
bulomuna kugumuka
oyente nakulya mu byalo akasajja kajjanga mu byalo nti katunda eddagala ly'abalogo omusezi ngenda kukuma akabaane wano omusezi ali wano agenda kwekuba ebigo 9 ng'olaba abasezi badduka kali yange negirese wali tukakibba
kumbe batiddemu
batidde kakati how can you whole country with the experts in the Ministry of Works wallow of a car which is not an underpart a car respect road instructions. Wait until he moves it, impound it, and get experts anywhere and determine nti enkoko yatisatisanga endala oluwonzi lwalwo luliko ki omuliro. What did they do? The animals byetwasomanga mu buto nyumba yange ngata yanukula walabika mulimu wange owange wakaime namugala bembwezi waliwo enyumba yogera naye nabo ne babasinza amagezi abakizito obwana bonnasale obwasoma kizito gwe bwasoma bahendi ba intelligence businga why should we call over kubanga nakugambye nti nze nali simanyi and it could be
yes
kamba buli twagenda Amelia Kyambadde oyo yasasulirako minisita twagenda mu hoteri n'agenda mu katali kano ka toilet gundi n'agenda mu kano akalala akabeerawo ate oba yali alidde ki fulowa yonna neewunya. The government had to pay in London a whole hotel floor as Kyambadde Amelia. A minister had not been exposed, a minister had not visited, a minister was not used. Era oyinza okusanga abantu abatamanyi kutambula bweru gana amatwala
mangi bangi nnyo
wano waagirirayo
wagirirawo awasemba awo
utegeerera nti
wasinga obuzibu awo
ono weekalagala ono. You see, exposure is different from education. Exposure is more important than
education. Kituufu
mututta abantu bangi nnyo mu bifo bye batasobola. Intelligence is for intelligent people. Serialism. So how could BWIINO get an NRM party? Najifuula Nuupu nga delegates conference bagirangira ennaku 14 without Museveni knowing.
Never any gazette.
What was the intelligence organization doing?
It's
not a snake sneaking. Is a delegates conference, the Secretary General must sit, inform, the advertise for 14 days.
Yeah.
I would expect is to have to have a monitoring asomama uli every day. Nebirango no bisoma.
Kituufu.
Yes. Kakati kamalize wano nkugamba.
Yeah.
Nti kasita government bagituusa ku thinking about sio nakugamba. Once the opposition realizes that some of the government people are collaborating with them, Kalinda signed, it encourages the opposition to do more damage. The opposition sets the agenda and it determines who should stay in the government or leave using state institutions like a parliament and security organizations. Baba nzo kujinfiltrating. The government ya Museveni is unique. Museveni yekatonda atasasula bamukoledde. Abo person bibasaba okufuna sente. Many people believe that I'm highly paid. Which money do I get? Sina makodi yabwerere I'm building my career. Tiwati sebaleeta ki? Ngobutaba bujjidde mu motoka omu. President yangamba nti prepare our books. Nanyini buyinza n'atwala sente mungende mukolere ng'omupakasi.
Wakigaana.
I will never work in this government again. Never. I will never work under anybody.
Niwa community yama government no jibbulula.
This is what Besigye failed to achieve. During which this man is achieved good. This is what Besigye failed to achieve during the last general election. I'm writing in 2011. There was no exodus of NRM leaders from government to the opposition. This was the situation in Kenya when President Arap Moi anointed Uhuru Kenyatta as his successor. Many prominent politicians, including Moi's buddies like James Nyaga, Jeremiah Nyaga, retired from politics. Moi was appointing new ministers every day. It was clear to everybody that Moi was losing. The resignations were calculated to create panic in the government. They did not resign en masse. Kanu's followers everywhere were resigning. This demoralized the Kanu supporters nationwide. In Uganda, government officials are making controversial and damaging statements to create confusion. Some traitors in NRM and the government will do this at a later stage. Mugenda kulaba abatakyayogera abavuma gavumenti abakolera mbakazi yavaamu yagati fe twayogedde n'abalamuzi batebeesige fe tetulwanirangako bino byakuba bantu miggo when I'm watching these people, fortunately, at times the president afuna gundi yesu. These people are talking as if Omuya Gambi, the Museveni has reached the Gaddafi situation. Is surrounding with the vagabonds who cannot tell him. And he has a very big ego. He cannot kneel. And these are close people. I will not be surprised. EKIYAMBYE Museveni ku Bobi Wine kiryechi we are happy twakava mu kalulu ekyokubiri Bobi Wine bamugaya whoever joins Bobi Wine ayina kuba servant one otherwise singa Bobi Wine babatese bamugaya yali batutte minister was on the fence. Everybody is panicking. The Americans are coming. They are going to hit Karanga. They are going to hit Kasese. They are going to hit Nakasongola. We are panicking. We are panicking. What does this man do? Why doesn't he resign? Kubanga bo katibata and say no.
Katibali badde no.
Kastoraba mumugere ne mugamba bo mulwadde no mujanjaga bagalanye bewasizze omulwadde afudde bekwanira mu ddwaliro bategera ntona agenze
wano bajjanja
fa baganda tulina olugeto tuga sibwe muke yafa n'omwami is only a fool who fights for this on the king abaganda bakuba nti amagoma gafugira aliwo drums the sound for the reigning king
bwekiri
mutesa bwe yali balimbanga woliko wende kwa emundu bwe yavuga ne bamuga nti nga tewali mayinja nga navuga ne bamendinga all Kabaka's chiefs joined the central government to support Obati. Kabaka members joined the UPC. Twamuguliranaga n'okuwulira twamuguliranaga basanga gundi Francis Walugero ku Uganda kira. Haven't you fled with Mutesa? How? We told this man could not listen. Oloza Gaddafi talina ba generals no general wana yavaawo. Twalina wano omusajja nga bamuyita Muhammad. Muhammad the Libyan ambassador to Uganda. Buli kaseera Muhammad yalina olubuto olunene bweruti buli yalabanga Museveni. Your Excellency, I have a message from your brother Gaddafi. Yamala wano emyaka nga 7. Naye president yaye agende Addis Ababa nga defendinga Gaddafi against the military intervention, foreign intervention. There should be an African and regional meeting. Ne bamugamba nti waliwo meeting y'abalebozi ba Gaddafi. Museveni okuyingira ensangano. Muhammad, why are you here?
I have a message from your brother.
Head of the rebel. Kasendwa Dumba. Yakulia Nash. Bari wafu. Ate bayino Luganda Nikayanja. Nikayanja yakulia kugundi. Yesu. Nenze kasendwa bakasendwa Dumba ngali yinwera mwini. Namenya government yobote. Era ye kasendwa Dumba government egenda kuweya sala busozi nsalo nayingira tuli nsoko.
Mukutamenga natubumba ubensonge. Manja tukwate ku nsonga ya
kakati nkugamba. A Ugandan official who was sent, this is to Mukundi, to watch the Kenyan elections, confronted the Kenyan politicians, including Nicholas Biwott, the total man, over the matter. Biwott was very blunt and clear. He told it to Mukundi that Kenya politicians knew Kenya better than the Ugandan. He confided to him, that they knew that they were losing elections, but needed no lectures over the matter from foreigners, including to Mukundi. According to Mukundi, Biwott released the last bombshell. I quote him. There comes a time when one group of people who have power must lose that power to create room for another.
Chechiri wano. Ngozinze ko chechiri wano.
Ntinze nkubuzi. Era nawandika akatapuka nemba gamba. Sizeta usikasi. Nemba gante ekizibu kya Uganda. Omukulembeze wa Uganda abalabe abaleka mundu n'abanonyeze emabe. Ewala. Bobi Wine yabba sente za COVID.
Nedda.
Bobi Wine yateketa kamumere.
Nedda.
Bobi Wine yabba sente yono. Bobi Wine yono. Ona nyampise swaga. Abanyankole bagamba mbu anyampise kinigani mu mpale. Bano bo banyampisa swaga. Radio nazitwala. TV nazitwala. Yetakola noise. Sibe bali abalyankola abedda abalyanga akalo. Sibe bakiga abalyanga omuwemba. Abasindikanga. na nyampise swaga na nyampise kiniga abano baswaga
natwala
omulaba abalira okukinduka bugana ngo tafiro mukwana ngo tafiro abalira okukinduka bwaba tanna ebikalubuto tava ku mmere yakuna buli kantu konna
mukutama njara tukwate ku nsonga y'abagundi abakulembeze ba East Africa ba meetings era ba meetings ku Zoom tebasoboye kubanga ba meeting yawamu kubanga tumanyi twa covid naye ngezimu ku nsonga zageddwako mukwano gwenyo president wa Fawegwanga president Kaguta Museveni yabagedde okuba nti wetaga East African integration ne Africa at large kubanga tukoze communicate nezimu ku nsonga bayingiza ne Congo yabadde mu integration
I've predicted that the involvement of Americans in Kenya are undermining the unity.
The unity of this.
Kenya is going to have special status. Kenya has changed the leaders. The Uhurus are not be surprised if Uhuru is given an international job.
But why Kenya? What's America? East Africa, Kenya.
I've told you that Kenya received a lot of arms from USA and training. Kenya has accepted to grant these people a base, a military base, which they will use to control the flow of goods from Mombasa to Kenya. In the case they declare a no-fly zone. MISO is an international organization.
MISO, you have to say on that.
And when you look at the formation of organizations, international organizations, there must be either a godfather or a dominant force. East African community was supported by the British. This new revival initially was supported by the Federal Republic of Germany. Funded by the Germans. But I think the Germans lost steam on the way.
Okay.
Yes. When you look at the European Union, it was sponsored by the United States, which feared the spread of communism from Russia to swallow up Western Europe. It started with the two countries, France and Germany. But the East African community, Timuri was dominant force.
Okay. What driving force?
No. It's a union determined that to join the membership you must be called democratic in the real sense. That's why backward states like Spain and Portugal joined later. There was a queen in Portugal. Yes, there was a queen in Portugal. So you had to join with the democratic credentials, which does not apply
in this East African community.
Yes, East African community does not apply. They just joined, some joined out of excitement, some joined to create jobs, to join the East African Parliament. Where consensus is very important. What has held NATO together? Why is it that now that China is selling more goods to Europe than USA? Because of Trump. Trump is the importance of the NATO alliance. But the Americans, the command of NATO forces must be an American gem. The standard weapon of NATO must be so any organization that have dominance or a godfather, it cannot survive. You will just talk about East African integration, and the enemies are not interested. I'm seeing American hegemony. So East Africa in Congo, there is a base. This man of Southern Sudan will go, replace him with Machar. I'm seeing a dispensation in Kenya. I'm seeing Mafukuli being tamed. I'm seeing South Africa. I'm also taking a higher wound. So the American.
Talk about Uganda. You're seeing Uganda.
Do we fit because America is rating Mumbo. Ndibadde ku communism kodibu nevayo Islamic fundamentalism ne kubaba Iran ba Iraq abandi. What helps Iran is that they are democratic. They change leaders and go batakubi kakati baze ku human rights and human rights in Africa.
Who defines human rights in Africa?
Human rights in Africa. No government njagala sheikh, njagala pastor, njagala father ku Christmas agala omuzikiti ku Yidi oba ku Juma agambe nti abasajja mujjemu esaati tulaba atayina musabe. Africans believe in witchcraft. It's only me who comes up to say
no confessing publicly.
90% mbikiriza mwana kulehere kumu.
Tugenda kwanga tusuka wao nomuku utabale Mirundi eranga mbeba zo kubantu bale balungi bakatandikidde paka tugenda kubanga tusigula basambulenga mu donor.
I'm looking for a donor to produce all my books.
Okay.
Nayenga takuli strings.
Toyagala kubuka kulizo.
I reproduce my books as they are. I even produce audio. There are people cannot understand Uganda, but they can listen. Uganda labe kitabo cha Clinton nga kiri mu audio. These days you can put an audio thing.
Yeah.
Somebody puts it in the car.
Nagenda ngawugiza kituufu.
So I'm looking for a donor, serious donor.
Wewa, ensio nene ekyo. Awona ali egwe ngosobola kuba nti ofuuka